book-ish, and we used our Jackson Pollock action paintings and we made animal-ish shapes, and then we cut them out and we glued them onto paper. So here's mine. I made a shape that is just gonna be some sort of an animal-ish. And now I'm gonna show you how we're gonna use some different materials and just add some details and designs to it and see where we go. Let's get started. Here's the shape I cut out last week to use to make my animal-ish. And you can see I've got it glued down to my blue paper. I did that last week. And today I'm gonna be using markers, glue sticks, scissors again, and maybe some of my scrap paper from last week. So when I look at my shape here, I wanna think about how I can make it look like an animal. Maybe I wanna change the direction that I have it, look at different ways, and think about what might work for me. I think I'm gonna keep it this way, and I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut out a shape. I'm just gonna cut another sort of a made-up shape out of my paper here, and I think I'm gonna use that to be a neck, and then I think maybe I'm gonna use my painted side again to do a shape to use for my animal head. I'm not really sure where I'm going with this. There we go, maybe something like that. So now I'm gonna use my glue. I'm gonna open it up a little bit. Remember, I'm gonna put some glue on the back. Now, since I'm using the yellow side to show up so that it just looks a little bit different, I could do it that way, but I kind of want to just do the back of it without the color showing. Remember, I did the outside part and then a little bit on the inside. And wait a minute, I just did that backwards. So let's scrap that, do this side and turn it over this way. It's a little sticky now since I put glue on the wrong side first, so it's a beautiful oops for you. And now this side, I think I'm gonna have the painted side show. So I'm gonna put my glue around there and a little bit on the inside. And I can make my animal have his head up or down. I think I'm gonna have him looking down. Now I think I'm gonna use my markers to add some designs. So I'm gonna pull out my markers and maybe I'll see if the black shows up to make an eye. Oh yeah, maybe I'm gonna give him some eyelashes. Maybe I'm going to make a smile. Maybe I'll use a different color and do some lines. We've talked about those 5 types of lines: zigzags and curvy and vertical and diagonal and horizontal. Maybe I'm gonna do some zigzags to make something along the back of my animal. Maybe I'm gonna make some feet for my animal, some vertical lines and some curvy lines. My animal is gonna have 3 feet. Maybe I will use a different color and put a pattern, which is a design that repeats. I'm gonna put some straight lines on my animal's legs over here. And I can just keep going and going with my markers or my colored paper and add things. I might want to make it look like there's some hills in the back here. So I'm going to do some curvy lines so it looks like he's standing somewhere. I could put a sun up in the corner here. See if my orange shows up on the blue. It does a little bit. I can sort of color that in with lines or shapes. You could color it in solid. You could use a colored piece of paper. We could do all sorts of stuff to our animal. So we could just keep adding and adding things and even making another one on a different piece of paper if you're having fun. So just have lots of fun, guys, making your animal-ish. Remember, it doesn't have to look like a real animal because it's animal-ish. We just want to have some fun with it. And don't be afraid of those beautiful oopses. We never know what we can turn them into. Have a lot of fun, guys.